Hadi Om Tat Sat, and welcome to today's class, which will be focused on Hatha Yoga and Yoga Nidra. And today we are working on the soul revitalization through Surya Namaskar and also other practices in order to honor the Yogathon, which is a 2-week period of time where we do as many salutes to the sun as we can. So joining us for that today, but at all times really listening into your own body, making sure that you're aware of your needs and adjust the practice, do alternatives, which will be demonstrated by Lakshmi as needed for your body. And if at any point you don't feel that you can do the practice, then you might also like to visualize it or do an alternative that suits you. So taking care of yourself at all times. Begin by closing your eyes, become settled and still. Hands in a gesture or mudra of your choice, placed on the lap or knees. Begin by finding your grounding, noticing your base position and the shape of that position. Points where your legs touch the surface beneath you, the legs, the buttocks. And from this steady, stable base, lifting upwards through the trunk, through the spine, softening your abdomen and chest, facial muscles released and relaxed. Aware of the whole body sitting in its position, grounded, tall, and open simultaneously. And if there is a need, then make fine-tuned adjustments to create that balance. Imagining that your spine is like a mirror. Left and right sides reflect each other. And within the stillness and stability of the body, be aware of the constant breath. Don't alter the breath in any way, but simply become present in front of it. See if it's placed more in your abdomen or chest. Whether it's deep or shallow. Rhythmic or arrhythmic. Allow the thread of the breath to draw the awareness in wherever you might have been before coming to the practice. Whatever you might have been doing, now is the moment to surrender past or future and be absolutely present with the rhythm of your own constant breath. And then noticing the underlayers, the thoughts, the emotions, which might be a sensation or color or a particular thought sequence. Aim to be the unaffected observer, noticing what's going on at that underlayer without judgment. No need to alter it. Observe it. And then draw the focus to the point between the eyebrows called Brumadhya. hold a luminous point of light or the sensation, the feeling of focusing at that point. And together we'll chant the mantra Om 3 times and Sahana Bhavatu to begin the practice. Take a deep breath in. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Punaktu Sahaviryam Karabhavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Continuing to keep the presence throughout the whole practice and getting ready to move with consciousness, coming gradually, releasing the seated position and moving on to hands and knees into the cat posture, Marjaryasana. Making sure that the knees are under the hips, hands under the shoulders. And then moving into Marjaryasana, begin to inhale. Abdomen is moving towards the mat, opening through the heart and chest. And then on the exhale, rounding through, tucking the tailbone under the chin towards the chest. And another like this with the breath. Inhale, open. Exhale, rounding through. And then really begin to focus on the navel area, which is part of our focus this week, working with the sun energy within us. As you round through, feel the navel pulling up into the inner spine. And as you open and extend, feel the stretching through the abdomen, chest, throat. Continue for another 5 rounds like this. Concentrating on the breath, the movement, and the navel space. Conscious breath, conscious movement. Activating the navel area, digestive power, the city of jewels. This is where our inner richness rests, our inner prana, vitality, strength. When completed with the movements, take the buttocks back towards the heels and rest the head towards the floor. Take a few resting breaths, allow for the arms to continue to be extended. And as an alternative for the next practice, if you would like a gentle pose this afternoon, you might like to stay either in child's pose or continue with your cat posture. The next practice is Shashank Bhujangasana, the child's to Cobra pose. Begin to, moving from the child's pose, begin to take the chin and chest along the mat, slide forward, inhale up into the Cobra, and then engage the abdomen, exhale back to child's pose. Like this, continue up to another 6 rounds. kind of listen to your body. There should be no strain. Cat posture or child's posture alternative. Again, feel into the navel, that sense of extending it and then engaging all the abdominal muscles. This works both at the muscular level, the organ level, as well as the vital energy level. Feel into the navel with your breath, with your awareness. Whenever the mind wanders, draw back to the breath and the movement. And when complete with the rounds, resting the buttocks on the heels and stay in child's pose for some observation. Take a pause. Notice changes taking place, perhaps tingling in the area, heat building. Any other sensation. You are the observer. There is no right or wrong. And then coming back to hands and knees. And moving into, I don't know what the name is, an alternative cat, where you lift your right leg, left arm simultaneously. Yeah, and this is a good alternative for the next practice. And then hold for a moment with the breath. Exhale, come back down and shift to the other leg. Hold for a moment with the breath. Exhale down. Like this, do another up to four more rounds. Good for balancing. Oh, that's what it's called, balancing cat. Feel the activation of the navel, the leg, the arm. And of course, listening to your body. So go back to the classical cat if that is suited better to you. And choosing child's pose, cat posture, or alternative balancing cat as options, or else on the next round, straighten your legs, tuck the toes under, and come up into a plank pose, making sure that your whole body is aligned, the legs, trunk, arms, beneath the shoulders, the head aligned also. Activate the abdomen. Take an alternative if needed, depending on your health conditions. Hold. And as you're ready or needed, feel free to move back to child's pose for a resting breath. And either continue in your plank or move into 2 more rounds, holding for the comfortable length of time and then releasing, pausing, and again repeat. Whole body activation, strengthening the inner fire. Willpower, inspiration, these are all qualities connected to our inner fire. And continuing to focus on the navel area, no matter what your practice, chosen practices, be totally present. When complete, release back to Shankasan, Child's Pose, and let the balancing occur. So we've been activating the fire, and then through Child's Pose, the pause, the internalization, it allows us to create a balancing influence, activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the relax and digest. And then on the next breath, move to the mountain or downward dog. Tuck the toes under, bring the heels towards the mat. Make sure both hands are equally placed, palms flat on the floor. Draw the energy up through the arms, into the trunk, down through the legs and into the heels. Stability. And again, this balancing cat could be an alternative here. On the next inhale, raise the right leg if comfortable for you, aligning it with the spine or with the trunk and arms. And on the next breath, draw the knee through towards the hands and move to Pigeon Pose so that the leg is almost parallel to the hands. Come up onto the fingertips, open up through the trunk. Get that sense of extension through the neck spine, opening up through the chin. Continue with conscious breath. And on the next exhale, fold over your leg. If needed, feel free to take one fist on top of the other, placing the head on the fists or any type of bolster for support. Release into the pose. Opening through the hip, pelvic space. And then coming back up onto the fingertips, open up through the trunk. Again, that opening through the front of the thigh, psoas. And then on the exhale, back to the mountain, downward dog. I'm taking a moment to focus on the breath here. The inversion creates a natural deepening of the breath. And then on the next inhale, taking up the left leg. Again, listen, align. And as you're ready, drawing it through and into pigeon, up onto the fingertips. Feel the opening through the front thigh, the hip, psoas. Conscious breath. And on the exhale, folding over your leg, finding that right comfort for yourself. No force. Surrender, release, and breathe. And then on the next inhale, again up onto the fingertips, lengthening through the trunk. Taking a moment here. And again, engage all the muscles, move back to Shashankasana. Not Shashankasana, sorry, Mountain Downward Dog. You knew what I meant. And then slowly walking the hands and feet together. Surrender for a few breaths. If there's blood pressure, in fact, for also the downward dog, keeping the head above the heart. So you need to have an alternative. If high blood pressure or heart. And here, soften the knees. If back issues, keep the head above the heart for heart condition. Or else you're releasing, surrendering inwards. If there is any back difficulty, making sure to support the upward movement by taking the hands onto the thighs, or else, again, engage all the muscles, lengthen the arms above the head. Inhale, and draw the hands into the heart space, releasing hands to the sides of the body. Take a moment, eyes closed, awareness in. Making sure the feet are grounded, just slightly apart, and draw right hand on top of the left in front of the pelvis, getting ready for the pre-pranayama 3 practice, which is inhaling and taking the arms up over the head, and continue to inhale into a cross position, palms up. And then exhale, take the hands up over the head, crossing the hands, and draw them down towards the pelvis. It's 1 round. Do up to another 6 rounds. Really get that sense of extension and expansion. Also feel the abdomen open on the same breath. On the out breath, draw the hands back over the head and back towards the pelvis, and getting this sense of the diaphragm, which is the sheet of muscle between the abdominal organs and the chest cavity, which moves and is related to the breath. See if you can tune into this area. Elongated, conscious breath. Extend and expand. The breath be integrated with the movement, the mind. Elongated breath, which calms the fire. The breath and the inner fire are intimately connected. It's one thing to activate, but it's another to balance and calm. When complete, stand in your center, observing. Take the feet about 1/2 meter apart, so that would be the width of the mat, approximately. Interlock the fingers and draw the hands up over the head, ready for Tarasana, the heavenly side stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, up and over to the left side. Feel the right opening, right lungs. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, draw the hands out again through the cross position. Get that extension right through to the fingertips on the breath, and then reintegrate the hands and continue inhaling, lifting them up over the head, getting a flow of movement and breath. Left side first. Be aware of the abdomen. Exhale, other side. And release the hands out to the sides. Feel through the chest, the fingertips, the arms. And continue 5 more like this. And this is also activating the breathing muscles, particularly through the intercostals in between the ribs, which has an influence on the whole of the breath and the digestive system. Stay present. Making this the last round. Whenever complete, observe and notice what's unfolding. And if you would like a more gentle balance today, you might choose Tarasana, which is interlocking the fingers and placing the backs of the hands on the top of the head, and then inhale, rise up onto the tippy toes. So that's a gentle version. Or moving into a practice which is quite strong for the abdomen and back, and called Eka Padasana. This is just do your best or use a wall. So you are going to take the hands up, interlock them above the head. Make sure you have a focus either in front of you or on the floor in front of you or below you. Inhale fully and pivot forward so that the leg, trunk, and arms all come into a straight line like the top of a T, and the bottom of your leg is outstretched is the full practice. So, yeah, there you go. So you're creating a T with the body hold for as long as it's comfortable for you, engaging the abdomen and back. Listen inwards. This is quite strong for the body. And whenever you are ready, then draw back to your center. Take a resting breath. And then move to the other side. Keeping the hips squared off, body parallel to the floor ideally. And again, listening inwards when you need to move back to your center, do with presence. And do one more round like this or an alternative practice suited to your body. Really engaging the abdomen, also the focus. So eyes are related to the navel center. And when you have them focused on one point, it supports the balancing. Full presence, making sure to do both sides equally. And once complete, standing in your center, eyes closed, awareness tuned in, noticing the different layers that are being activated, balanced, physical, mental, energetic. Moving to the front of the yoga mat, ready for salute to the sun, Surya Namaskar. Again, feeling free to alter this at any point, do it mentally if needed. And working our way through different focus points, beginning with physical, then connecting into the breath, then mentally doing the practice in which the vision of the pose comes into the space in front of the eyebrows, and then you move into the pose. Next level will be the energetic point, the chakras, and if you don't know them, don't worry, I'll point them out. And then finally integrating the mantras. As you prepare for the practice, really feel the grounding through the feet, uplifting through the whole of the body. And look into the space in front of the eyebrows, dark, soft space. And aim to connect in whatever way you can through visualization, through sensation, to the qualities of the sun, the luminosity, the warmth. And know that this practice of Surya Namaskar is a prayer to Surya, the sun energy, the sun god, in which we're activating the inner experience and honoring the luminosity within, the vitality within, as well as the qualities that are represented by the external sun. And whilst we take this as a modern exercise often, Surya Namaskar is an ancient prayer that has been existing for around 5,000 or longer, probably a lot longer actually, years. And it is a practice in which we are connecting and invoking the essence of that energy, of the energy of Surya from within. Bringing the palms together at the heart space, pressing the thumbs into the center of the chest. Feel the connection of the two palms meeting each other, left and right sides, Ida, Pingala. Inhale, rise the hands up over the head, stretch all the way to the fingertips. Extend. Either draw the hands down the thighs for support, bending the knees, or else engage the abdomen. As you move into the next practice, inhale, take the right leg back into a low lunge, come up onto the fingertips, drop the knee. And then back into the mountain, downward dog. Cat posture is an alternative. Knees, chest, chin. The 8-limb pose or cat posture, child's pose. Inhale through the cobra. Perfect the physical aspect of the practice. Back to the mountain pose. Feel that strength. Hands, energy up through the trunk, down to the legs. And then taking the left leg forward, up onto the fingertips, look upwards, extend. And then exhale, forward fold, soften the knees if needed. Engage, inhale, open up. Extend all the way up to the fingertips. And then draw into the heart space. And again, inhale, extend. Exhale, fold into yourself. Feel that opening through the tailbone. Left leg back, up to the eyebrow space, extend. Exhale, mountain, downward dog. Knees, chest, chin, or cat posture. Through to the cobra. Make sure the neck spine is uplifted and then open back. And then exhale, mountain. Right leg steps forward. Make sure the knee is over the ankle. Perfect the physical. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, open. Support the upward movement if needed. And come to the heart space. Those that are counting for the Yogathon, that would be 2 rounds. But in the classical style, this is first the left, first the right, then the left, which creates the whole. And it's 1 round, 12 postures on each side, representing the 12 solar stages. Moving to the next round, begin to focus on the breath. The breath moves the body. Palms to the heart. Inhale, rise up. Feel the inhale all the way to the fingertips. Exhale, as you fold, feel the air squeeze out. Take the right leg back. Inhale all the way to the top of the posture. Exhale, strength. Press the air out. Hold the breath out. Come to cat or knees, chest, chin. And then slide to cobra. Inhale, extend. Exhale, push the air out through the posture. Take the left leg forward. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale, fold, squeeze out the air. Inhale, feel the inhale extend and expand the upper body. Come to the heart. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, release. Left leg back. Move to the downward dog. Knees, chest, chin. Or cat posture. Through to the cobra. Inhale. Back to the mountain. Right leg forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Come to the heart. Do another one now. Let your breath guide your movement. 1 round connected to your breath. The breath is the guiding force. Feel it move, generate prana. Fully present. Each and every breath conscious. Remember to do the second half. So the second half, the left leg goes back first. Fully present, just one round. When you complete that round, stand in your center, observing, noticing changes occurring through the practice. In the next round, visualizing in a moment way, so just have a quick vision of the posture in its perfect pose. So even if you can't reach that, or you're even not doing it physically, but you're doing it mentally, have that sense of perfect posture, vision of it, clear as can be, and then move into it. And even if you can't get that posture at this point, by visualizing it and working with the mind in this way, you will begin to open and access that arena within yourself. So do one round, visualizing first, then move into the pose. If you're newer to the practice and have joined us from online, you can follow Lakshmi. Try to see it clearly, then move into the pose. See the next clearly, move to the pose. Make sure to do the second half if you haven't already. Fully aware and present. Using the power of visualization to activate the Manomaya Kosha, the mind layer. When you have completed, again, stand in your center. Be the unaffected witness, noticing what arises, observing the experience. And in the next round, the chakra or energy center will be focused upon. If you're new to that, then don't worry, just go to the area mentioned mentally and try to feel that area, that space within you. Start by bringing the hands to the heart space, draw the thumbs into the center of the sternum and feel that pressure against the center of the sternum, which is your breastbone. Anahat, heart center. Rise the hands, inhale, awareness to the throat, Vishuddhi. Release, tailbone, coccyx, Swadhisthana. Take the right leg back, look to the eyebrow space, Agya. Back to the downward dog mountain, throat, Vishuddhi. Knees, chest, chin, or cat, navel, Manipur. Through to the Cobra, tailbone, Swadhisthana. Back to the downward dog mountain, Vishuddhi, throat. Step forward, look to the eyebrow space, Agya. Forward fold, tailbone, Swadhisthana. Inhale to the throat, Vishuddhi. Come to the heart space, Anahat. Hold at the heart, Anahat. Inhale, rise up to the throat, Vishuddhi. Fold, tailbone, Swadhisthana. Left leg back, eyebrow space, Agya. Back to the throat, Vishuddhi. Knees, chest, chin, navel, Manipur, through to the tailbone, Swadhisthana, back to the throat, Vishuddhi. Step forward with the right leg, look to the eyebrow space, Agya. Forward fold, tailbone, Swadhisthana, up to the throat, Vishuddhi, and coming into heart space. And the next 2 rounds will be with the Surya mantras, and these mantras are igniting through vibration the connection to inner qualities, so the qualities of light and dynamism, the one who has warmth and fire. And these are all the inner essence. These are aspects within our own self in the microcosmos as well as the macrocosmos. Hold at the heart space for the first mantra and then move. Om Mitraya Namaha. Move. Om Ravaye Namaha. Continue. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Panave Namaha. Om Kagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaya Namaha. Om Paskaraya Namaha. Hold at the heart. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Panave Namaha. Om Kagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaya Namaha. Om Paskaraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Panave Namaha. Om Kagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Marichaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaya Namaha. Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Om Mitraya Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Panave Namaha. Om Kagaya Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Marichaya Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Markaya Namaha. Om Paskaraya Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. As you're ready, feel free to move into Shavasana, relaxation pose. You might like to put on a layer because from here there'll be a couple movements on the floor. and then slowing down, moving gradually to Yoga Nidra. So allow the whole body to surrender, letting go of all effort for some moments. And this relaxation pose is part and parcel of Salute to the Sun. So it's the aspect where after the activation, then the surrender occurs, the letting go occurs. And this is also called the rebound effect. When we've activated and then we come into that stillness and release, we have more or a stronger relaxation response. So allowing for that process, giving it space and time. Fully present. Letting the breath move into its natural rhythm without effort. Staying present. And then draw your knees into your chest, interlocking the fingers around the front of the shins and gently rocking from side to side. Release the back and the hips. Give yourself a little bit of a massage. And then taking the feet down onto the floor. The feet may be placed either together or slightly apart according to your wish. Take the fingers and place them underneath the back of the neck, elbows bent and arms resting on the floor. Inhale, center. Exhale, both knees to the left side and look to the right side. Move the awareness back to the navel area. Inhale, center. Exhale, legs to the right, head to the left. Inhale, center. And continue another 4 dynamic rounds. And on the final round, hold on each side for a few breaths. Releasing the spine, the hips, activating again the navel area. This navel area is vital to spiritual life, but also physical life. Physical, from a physical point of view, digestion. From an energetic point of view, our vitality and ability to feel inspired in life. And from a spiritual point of view, it's the fire that allows us to lift ourselves out of the unconscious mind and come into the conscious. It's a very, very important transition or area to work with in order to move ourselves into new realms. When complete, come back to your center, extend the legs out, aware of the influence of the practice for a moment. And anytime we're working with the twisting, we're also supporting blood flow and activation in the adrenal glands, which are responsible for the fight, flight, freeze, and we want to nourish them to help us to continue to be able to access more the relaxation response more easily and have resilience. Now moving into the universal spinal twist. Draw the right knee, bending the leg, knee. Foot is near the inside of the left knee. Take the left hand to right knee, draw it across the body. Outstretch right arm, look in that direction. Again, breath to the navel. Opening from the hip, up the side body, all the way to the fingertips. Feel the navel area, your inner fire. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open. And then on the next breath, draw the left knee into position. On the exhale, knee comes across the body. Look to the left arm. Conscious breath. Manipura, city of jewels. How shiny are your jewels? How full is your bank account, your prana account? Prana is your vital energy force. And on the next breath, again, inhale to center, exhale and open. Take a resting breath, a moment to notice the experience. Now keep full presence and get ready for the practice of Yoga Nidra as you move to make sure that you'll be warm enough. Perhaps take a bolster or underneath the knees or blanket over the body. Do whatever you need to do to be comfortable. And for most people, the most comfortable position is laying on the floor. But if you need to be in a side lying position or seated, then feeling free to do that. Taking the next minute or so to prepare yourself, do anything that you need to that will allow you to be fully warm, comfortable, present. Anybody who may be new to the practice of Yoga Nidra, this is a deep relaxation practice, and in fact it goes very nicely with the Surya Namaskar and the kind of fire activation, because as I was just saying, it's the balancing aspect. So after the activation, then to fully surrender. And when we've activated, we can access the surrender more deeply. So preparing yourself for this, doing any movement that will allow your body to be in a comfortable position, starting to gradually fine-tune, support. Whole body gradually coming into a stable and balanced position. If in Shavasana, then start to check different parts in the body, making sure that the spine is aligned. Arms slightly separated from the body, palms up if comfortable. Legs falling gently open. Abdomen and chest soft. Making any final adjustments so that you will be absolutely comfortable. And the aim in this practice is, once you are stable and still, to keep that stability throughout the practice. Throughout the practice, the awareness through sound, through the ears, stays connected to the instructions, and all the other senses are gradually turned inwards so that the full force of the inner world can be accessed. In the beginning, Yoga Nidra is very much about relaxation, but through regularity of practice, one can begin to move into different states of consciousness, and also to clear out some of the layers of conditioning which contract and constrict us in different ways. Fully surrendered, begin to feel the points where your body touches the floor beneath it with more weight. Head, buttocks, heels. Notice areas like exposed skin compared to covered areas of the body. The clothes or the blankets, the textures, the weight of them against the skin. Experience the subtle sensation of the breath as it moves in and out through the nostrils. And the temperature of the breath. Cooler on the way in, warmer on the way out. And then leave the sensation. Move to the vision of your body laying in its position. Imagining the shape of your body as if a golden line was drawn around the outside of the body, creating a shape. Try to see it in your mind's eye. Color of your clothes, coverings, expression on your face. Leave the vision and move the awareness into the sound vibration. Extend out into the area around, noticing sounds. Move from sound to sound, touch on a sound, let it go, move to another. Don't get lost in any one sound. There's no need to analyze. Simply touch on it, release, touch on another. Move the awareness of sound into the room or the closer to you where you're practicing. More subtle sounds, perhaps. Sounds of your own body, like the breath, heartbeat, digestive system. Leave the sounds, reminding yourself to stay awake and aware for the practice of Yoga Nidra, igniting that energy of Manipur, the willpower, presence. Now move into your sankalpa, or the positive statement of intent. If you don't yet have one, perhaps use a universal sankalpa like I am the embodiment of balance or positivity, something like this. Or else wait for what arises within you. If you have your sankalpa, state it with absolute feeling and faith now. Let this seed be planted, knowing that it will indeed manifest with continued focus and presence. And then move your awareness into the different body parts. As each body part is mentioned, feel it, mentally repeat the name of it, and have a vision of it. There's no need to move the body, simply move the focus, the awareness from point to point. Start at the right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, small finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side of the waist, hip, the upper leg, knee, lower leg, top of the right foot, bottom of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and fifth. Stay present. Move now to the left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, small finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, side of the waist, hip, upper leg, knee, lower leg, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth, and fifth. Move now to the heels, calf muscles, backs of the knees, backs of the thighs, buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back, back of the neck. The whole spine from the tailbone to the center of the head. Whole spine, whole spine. Back of the head, top of the head, right side of the head, left side of the head, forehead, temples, ears, eyebrows, eyelids, eyelashes, both eyes together, the eyebrow center, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril, upper lip, lower lip, teeth, tongue, the palate, cheeks, jawlines, chin, throat, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, center of the chest, upper abdominal area, lower abdominal area, pelvic area. Stay present and awake. Feel the whole right side of the body, the whole right side. The left side of the body, the whole left side. Back of the body, the back of the body. Front of the body. And the whole body. The whole body integrated, interwoven. Feel the whole body. Continuing to keep presence, leave the body and move awareness now into the natural rhythm of the breath. There's no effort, the breath is already occurring. And become present with this natural rhythm, which creates a rise and a fall at the navel area. Aware on the inhale of the abdomen rising, and on the natural exhale as the abdomen depresses. Be fully focused on the rising and falling of the navel space. Begin to add a count as the breath moves in, 27 in, as the breath moves out, 27 out. Inhale, 26, exhale, 26. Like this, counting backwards from 27. Aware of each and every breath. Navel is rising and falling like a wave moving in and out to shore. Maintaining the count. The count is lost. Begin again at 27. The point is not to reach 0, but to keep the presence. And after the next exhale, let go of the breath wherever it is. And begin now to experience opposite sensations, invoking them through memory or feeling in any way. Begin with the sensation of heaviness, feeling that the whole body is heavy. Heavy like a tree trunk imprinting the earth with its weight. The limbs are heavy, trunk, head, heavy. Whole body is heavy. And then let go of heaviness. Now draw in the quality of light, that the body is light, like a feather about to float off the floor, caught by the breeze. Feel the limbs light, the trunk light, head light, light like a feather. Slightly suspended, feel light. Awake and aware. Let go of light and draw now into cool. Cool as if standing in an evening breeze. Imagining or remembering a moment where the whole body was cool, from the periphery to the core. Observe the experience of cool, cool. And then letting go of cool and draw in warmth. Warmth like the inner sun shining from the navel space, imagining that inner sun and the rays of the sun reaching into the limbs, up into the whole of the trunk and the head. Feel the inner sun shining from the navel, warming each and every cell. The whole body is warm, warm, like the inner sun shining. And then also leave the sensation of warm. And move now to the dark, soft space in front of the eyebrows. Dark, soft, welcoming space where one can visualize. And in this space, begin to see the following images. Be aware of a downward facing triangle. Downward facing triangle. A ram with big horns. A ram with big horns. The sun rising in a multitude of colors. Sun rising in a multitude of colors. The sun setting behind snow-capped mountains. Sun setting behind snow-capped mountains. Leaving a shadow of pink. A single candle flame, single candle flame. A rocking chair in front of a fireplace. A rocking chair in front of a fireplace. a person running towards their goal, a person running towards their goal. The exuberance of inspiration, the exuberance of inspiration. A vision of a luminous sun with rays moving from all directions. Luminous sun with rays reaching into all directions. And yourself sitting and being bathed by those rays. See yourself sitting and bathed by the rays of the sun. Experiencing the inner light, the inner sun, and the warmth of the external sun shining on you. Aware of yourself bathed in light, internally and externally. See it, feel it, imagine it. Bathed in light, which is inspiring, giving you confidence, energy, vitality. And now letting go of this visualization. Draw back into your sankalpa, the positive statement of intent. And with full feeling and faith, knowing that it will manifest with continued use, state your own sankalpa or hold space for something to arise, or use a universal one. Do this now with full feeling 3 times. And then letting that go, return the awareness to the subtle sounds within your own body, hearing the sounds like the digestive system, the breath. Aware of the vision of your body laying in its position, expression on your face, the coverings, the shape your body makes laying in its position. Starting to feel into sensations, feeling air on the skin, clothes, blankets, their weights and textures against the body, against the skin. Deepening your breath and feel how when you move the breath, the abdomen and the chest expand, the back gently connects to the space beneath you or behind you. Notice the change in pressure with each breath. Continuing to deepen your breath, start to feel the sensation of your body laying in its position, connected to the earth beneath you. Noticing points where your body touches the floor or the earth with more weight. Feeling sensations, warmth, cool. Remembering where your body is laying, time of day or evening, morning. And then gradually beginning to reactivate the senses and the movement. Start to gently move your fingers, your toes. Keep deepening your breath. Stretching as if awakening yourself from a deep sleep. You may like to bring your knees to your chest or roll to your side, perhaps gently releasing the spine, the hips. Rolling onto your side for a moment in preparation to come to seated position. Keeping the eyes downcast or closed. And gradually rising, raising the body up, come to seated. Finding your seated center. Take a moment to observe the influence of the practice, the combined practices of the working with the inner fire, the salutes to the sun, Surya Namaskar. And then the surrender and release through Yoga Nidra. Feeling the different layers of being, physical body, mental, and vital or energetic body, pranic body. Drawing the focus first to the navel space for the mantra Om, then the heart space, and then the eyebrow space. Chanting together the mantra Om 3 times and the short peace invocation Shanti, 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 Harihi Om. Taking a deep breath in. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Making sure that you are fully grounded, particularly if you are going to go to do anything now. You might like to do the palming, rubbing your hands together, creating that warmth and heat, and then placing your hands over the eyes and opening your eyes into the warm, dark palms. Feel the vital energy bathing them. Perhaps giving your face a rub or a little tap. Just making sure you're fully grounded back in your physical body, ready for whatever's next in your day or evening. And thank you so much for joining us, particularly for those of you out in the world, wherever you might be. Really grateful that you have shared today with us. And please, if you haven't already, sign up on our mailing list. I think the details are available there. We also are only able to continue to do this with your support. So if you are attending, we'd be really grateful if you could donate whatever you're able to. That will support us to keep on being able to offer this out into the world. Our next live stream will be on Saturday morning, 7:30. So I look forward to sharing with you again. And we'll continue for one more session to deepen and extend the Surya Namaskar, the salutes to the sun, as part of the Yogathon. And if you are counting for Yogathon, then today you've done 14 rounds, 7 in our system, which if you count both sides equals 14 in other systems. So you can put that on your lists. And real honor to continue to share with you. Hari Om.